Yeah. I think having 8 charge.
You're watching the Eternal Tournament Series.
It's the finals, and I'm here with Gabe. I, of course, Mark, aka Chibikawaii, and we have Akaria Black versus Akaria Black versus Removal Pile versus Removal Pile. It's an exciting time to be alive. I'm going to pass it over to Gabe. Gabe's going to give this breakdown.
I imagine you coming in and just saying, "I'm here," and then just that was it.
Thought about it. Definitely thought about it.
So yeah, we have it's almost a 75 card mirror in the finals. Kamado making this deck, and then a couple other players picking it up. Tony G taking this deck to rank 1. In the main deck here, there are 2 cards different. Kamado running a split of 3 and 3 for Annihilate, whereas Manu S has elected to run 4 Annihilate and 2 Vanquish. And then Manu S is also running 1 extra Fire Sigil and 1 less Seed of Glory. But other than that, the sideboard is where they start to get a little different. Who do you think is favored in this matchup? Do you think that 1 Annihilate is going to matter?
I think it's Akaria Black with the edge.
Oh, I was really feeling Removal Pile.
You were feeling Removal Pile? I can definitely see where you're coming from, but I think Akaria Black has a slight edge.
All right. Well, there's only one way to find out as we get into the match with both these players. Both these players super experienced. Manu S has been quite some time making videos, doing deck techs and things like that, and has been a high-ranked ladder player for a long time. And Kamado is the world champion. Completely wrecked everybody with a Fire Justice Shadow deck at World Championship, and hopefully looking to make starting with this occasional or this weekly. Excuse me.
Yeah, and thank you for clarifying which world champion he was. Very appreciative. I wasn't entirely sure.
Yeah.
What year Kamado grabbed the crown?
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. So Manu firing off a crest here, deciding whether or not to keep it on the top or the bottom. We're looking at a Throne Warden. Decides to go on the bottom. I looked away for 2 seconds and missed it.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Right.
Okay.
Kamado did have a privilege of rank off the top that he revealed thanks to his crest. Kamado did decide to keep privilege of rank on the top.
Something really interesting about this matchup is that Wanted Poster is really the only card advantage or like actual card draw in the deck, and it is not good in this matchup. So these decks are gonna have a tough time drawing cards. There's gonna be a lot of top decking going on in this match.
So now we have another crest being played by Manu, and looks like that one's going to stay on the top after it was revealing another crest. There's going to be some crest on crest on crest action here. Pass back to Manu after Kamado goes and plays one of his seats. Manu is now going to play a quarry, and I have to imagine we're going to see that crest follow up after the quarry.
Crest pile versus crest pile.
It is and there is that crest. Looks like Throne Warden is what was taken.
I'm pretty sure that went to the bottom, whatever that was.
Okay, well, in the just privilege rank being played by Kamado, 2 Justice Sigils into the hand, should be on track to play Akaria, assuming another Fire Source is found for Kamado sometime in the next 4 turns. Well, seems likely.
I said Wanted Poster was the only way to get card advantage, but technically Privilege of Rank draws you 2 cards. So, Kamado winning that race.
Okay. Or is Kamado losing the decking race?
Actually, Manu S casts more quarries, so...
I'm just saying, Manu's got 63 cards in their library.
And Kamado's only got 60. I think this race is as good as over.
Wow, actually, Manu, though, playing a Auric Runehammer, going to go ahead and get in for 8 damage this turn. Not a small feat at all. And looking over at Kamado's hand, not a lot going on. They're going to be able to Torch to get rid of the Aegis, follow it up next turn with a Wanted Poster into a Harsh Roll.
Or Slay, even.
is the Slay is probably
I think harsh rule's better because he has a ton of units and he doesn't want to harsh rule his own units.
that's okay. Completely fair. We are going to see 2 more cards drawn. We see another harsh rule and another crest drawn for Kamado. Monsu just going to be playing a depleted
Jesus
power into another Throne Warden. That is now a 4/9 Rune Hammer. Life is looking a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, and both of them have
Kamado.
Akari on 7 here. Actually, Manu S not able to cast it this turn. So first Akari of the game is going to go to Kamado. Might make a difference at all. I don't know.
It does now. It does now since Manu.
Oh, it does because
yes,
Kamado is going to kill Manus's Akari.
And another Akari off the top for Kamado says, "Hey, I'm doing good things here. Thank you for the day." This has potential to be over very quickly.
Yeah, so Manu S was ahead in tempo. He made proactive plays, but Kamado drew more cards. He had Wanted Poster, was actually able to make use of it, and he's just going to have the last Akari on the board, basically. He's going to have the last threat on the board, and he's, I think, going to take this game because of it.
Yeah, and even when Manu plays the Akari at this turn, Kamado just has to allow that hit. You block the Throne Warden,
yep.
You let the Akaria hit you, and then you torch slay the Akaria next turn.
Yeah, there's no way that last card is Sabotage or Protect. It's just not happening.
Yeah, and then so Kamado has to be worried about another Akaria, but I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I'd be worried about a weapon or Akaria, and in both those situations, you want to torch play, so you have your Akaria to block.
Yep.
Right call, and that is a large die show. It's been a long time since I've seen a big die show. Oh man,
I'm a little excited.
Yeah, I'm excited here.
And casually taking out the 9/9 and then going to be able to hit for exactly lethal. Oh, mwah, perfect. That's how you want a game to end. Kamado taking down Manu. That was unintentionally too. Manu S in game 1 with a 1919 dice show. Very nice.
Get some Bible thumps in the chat for Monsu, the butchering of Monsu.
It's Manu S. I don't know who this Monsu guy is.
All right.
Monsu
so players should be in game 2 very shortly. So do you think that one extra vanquish really?
Yeah, I mean, Akaria Black definitely took it down. It's exactly like I had said. Akaria Black was definitely favored, and it was going to take the match.
Yeah, I was really hoping for removal pile to take it, but it just...
Yeah, no way. No. Yeah, it's definitely Akaria Black all the way. Yeah.
So Manu S now with all of his influence. He needs more justice, but he at least has 1 justice, whereas Kamado struggling to make his influence and only has 2 power. So if Kamado stumbles here on power, Manu S could take over this game, although he doesn't have any proactive plays to make, but he has 2 quarries to find some.
2 quarries to find some, and I mean that rise for the challenge is going to be huge, assuming Manu is able to find another power.
Yeah, I think with 2 quarries, he'll be able to do it.
You'd have to imagine, right? Maybe the greed gets the best of Manu and decides to take non-power cards. Doesn't seem to. That's really interesting. So it looks like Manu on that quarry decided to take a Throne Warden, setting that Throne Warden to be 4 versus taking the Rune Hammer, which actually would have been I guess it would have been castable since only 1 justice.
Yeah, I like taking the Throne Warden. I think Throne Warden is good in the mirror. I think having an Aegis threat is just useful. Having the armor is really useful. Rune Hammer is just there's so many answers to it.
This is big. 0-costed Seek Power are going to allow for a Justice Sigil to be found by Kamado. That means next turn, Privilege of Rank is going to be able to be cast, and we're going to be well on the way to Akaria coming down.
But Manu does have the first threat on the board, so potentially could tempo Kamado out of the game here, because Kamado is really far behind on tempo, having to skip another turn.
Yeah. So, but I mean, going down to 21 isn't that bad. We see Vanquish. Interesting. I don't know if I would have vanquished there.
I think because you just like Slay hits everything.
Yeah.
Everything has Aegis. You just one of your removals is going to get used to pop
Okay.
an Aegis, so you might as well just use the one that you can efficiently that turn. And there you go, Annihilate, perfect.
Yeah, just easy peasy, like they planned up, and thanks to that Throne Warden being reduced in cost, going to be able to do both.
Also, the whole tempo thing I said about Manus was really predicated on him drawing power and Kamado potentially not, and the opposite is happening. So, as you can see, it's going to be a little bit of an uphill battle for Manu S to
Wow.
take over this game. Although
And here come two
he's
wanted
climbing the
posters.
hill. He is climbing the hill with these wanted posters.
Wow. Gonna casual draw 4 here while still leaving the Runehammer alive, thanks to Manu's own Throne Warden bumping it up to a 4/5. There's the Annihilate. Gonna take out the Manu's Throne Warden, but still that weapon is alive, and Manu's just about to draw 4 cards off of that those 2 wanted posters there.
Weapon's not that relevant because he has he can torch it or Runehammer it or Ikaria it or whatever.
Or you just play this Daisho and then smack him for 8. Seems reasonable. Yeah, I mean, the problem though there is even with that torch, right? You still now that torch is having to be used instead of popping like an Aegis on an Ikaria, it's getting rid of the weapon, and that would have also meant that if they drew a power, they wouldn't have been. Well, I guess they would have been able to play Ikaria and trade it off there. So never mind, my point's mute.
I think what's going to lose Manu in this game is just being so far behind on the Ikaria race.
Yeah.
He just could not find power for so long once he got to 4. Now, finally getting the 5th depleted power, but even off that quarry, wasn't able to find any more.
However, there is now a 6-costed Ikaria for Manu. So if Manu is able to find a non-depleted Justice source on this draw, things definitely get a little bit better. Ooh, that is a Justice source. It's just not non-depleted.
Dead? Right? Oh, no. Throne Warden gains him life. Never mind.
Yeah. So he's going to be able to survive a potential... No, actually, no, because Torch into Slay. And that shores it up. Right? Or not yet, because he's going to go to 12.
Yeah, he's going to go up to 14 or whatever.
Or 14. Yeah, okay. So he was at... Okay. All right, so he's still alive as long as he plays Throne Warden here.
He can also... yeah, I guess Torch and the Slay is better, but I like holding Torch and just Daisho to kill.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I definitely agree. I was just trying to figure out how do you sneak in the most damage, and which would have been Torch and a Slay. But now seeing that you can't actually kill them, I do agree. I think Daisho into their Throne Warden.
Oh, if he had one more power.
Oh no! This works. Oh no! Yeah, you're right.
They do need more power.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it looks like Kamado's going to clean this in the first rounds before we go to sideboard, unless I cannot think of a way to get out of this. I guess Ikaria. Yeah. Okay.
Ikaria doesn't do anything.
No. Ikaria does. You can block the
torch. Yeah. Okay. Wait,
I forgot Torch was the card.
Did Manu know about the torch?
It's possible. If he had seen any pause, it was.
Okay.
Look at the main board. No protects. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Well, it looks like we're moving into our sideboarded games here. Mokto seems great on both of their sides. However, Manu only has 2 Mokto. Kamado has 4.
Yeah, so I think the sideboards where they get slightly different. They both have 4 Valkyrie Enforcer, 4 Sabotage, and 1 Steward of the Past. However, Manu has 4 Grenanin drones, which I assume are 4 aggro matchups to help out a little bit. Whereas Kamado gets to have a Saturate Maiden, Protect, and 2 extra Moktos in that.
Yeah.
So I think the 2 extra Moktos might help Kamado a little bit. I guess
Grenanin drone arguably isn't terrible here though.
No, it's not. It's definitely not terrible, but
eats a whole bunch of weapon hits up and provides a little bit of early aggression. Like I think it's okay.
I mean the damage is not relevant, right? Like these like Grenanin drone dealing 2 damage a turn is not relevant unless you have something to back it up, and these decks don't have something to back it up for quite some time.
But that's kind of my point, right? Then you're forcing some sort of removal to be used on these really tiny units.
You're also giving them wanted poster targets. It's definitely a card,
Yeah.
right? There, it might be better
Yeah.
than Torch. It's definitely better than Annihilate, you know. But I just don't know how good it is, or if better than. It's certainly not better than extra Moctos. You know.
No, I agree. Yes, that I definitely agree on. So
But either way, the difference is very marginal between these two decks.
Yeah, it's. I still feel like Kamado is going to be able to pull this one out.
I mean, clearly he has.
Karia Black.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Thought,
really? You're thinking removal pile now?
Yeah. No, I'm still on removal pile.
All right. I'll take removal pile. I'll go with removal pile for you, just for this game though. Just for this game. I still think the match is going to go to Akaria Black, but I can definitely get on board with removal pile for the first post board game. But once the other like kind of pick up on like the whole sideboarding strategy, it's probably going to swing back to Akaria Black.
Just for reference, we're doing this totally backwards because Kamado submitted his deck as removal pile.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because they're the same deck, so you get to use
no.
You get to use.
Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. They're not the same deck.
There's two cards different. There's a Fire Sigil in the other deck that isn't in this deck.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's my Gabe, I'd like to take this time to apologize to not only yourself, but also chat and the rest of the
Kamado,
team,
the creator of this perfect deck.
Yeah, Kamado and I are apparently feuding. Yeah, so I just found out about this earlier. I think Kamado just found out about it earlier too. So I'm not going to apologize to Kamado just yet. Like we need at least about a week for this drama to like simmer, and then we'll have a great makeup session, and it's going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried.
It's all good. This is really interesting. I do wish we were able to see both of our players sideboarding here.
Yeah. Do you think harsh rules come out? I feel they have plenty of removal without harsh rule. And there's also not that many things to harsh rule.
Yeah, I think that might be kind of the issue. They're like, we have a lot of cards that are questionably good, and it really depends on how our opponent is sideboarding. Like, which ones do you actually want? So, like, do you want the Valkyrie Enforcers to be ready for the Moctos?
If you don't have harsh rule and you don't like if both of them don't have harsh rule, whoever gets ahead on the board will have a much bigger advantage.
That's true.
That's okay. You can maneuver them.
Yeah, it looks like okay. So Kamado leading off with a crest finds an Akaria, decides to actually bottom that. Manu did actually bring in the Grenadin drones. We see that coming down on turn 1 for Manu. Kamado just playing another crest, finds a sabotage. We're going to see if that is left on top. It is. Manu gets the turn back to them. They're going to play a Shadow Sigil. They have all 3 of their influence. Another Grenadin drone comes down, and another one going to crack in for 2. And you tell me that this damage isn't going to add up? Come on now. Look at this.
There's a lot more Grenadin drones than I thought I was going to see out of Manu S. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, I'm liking Manu's chances here.
Well, yeah, clearly you just stack your deck with all the Grenadin drones in the first hand, and then you're just playing Stone Scar aggro or something. I just clearly this is not the line I pictured.
Yeah, I mean, well, you should have thought a little bit better ahead. That's all I'm saying, Gabe. This is exactly what I had in mind.
Clearly.
Actually, I was imagining like 2 of them and just getting like 4 damage beat down until turn 5, like, and then just putting the other
6,
person down pretty low.
You didn't next level enough.
I didn't next level enough. Did not enough.
Just threw away. Okay, he got a power. Okay.
Yeah.
How's Kamado ever gonna beat this? Oh well, that'll start.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's a start, but it's not like great at all. Kamado sitting at 17 life. Mansu's still at Manu still at 25. We do see the Valkyrie Enforcer come down and silence one of the units. It's going to be able to eat a unit, but if Manu wants to, going to go down to 12 here. Going to be able to put Kamado down to 12. I'm trying not to. I really am. So Manu, if you watch this later, just know I'm thinking about you.
Look at all these Predator drones coming in.
Yeah, so we do see Manu deciding to go ahead and attack in. That's going to put Kamado down to 12. How do you like being this aggressive?
I just don't understand how this happened. How did we get here? I looked at the sideboard and was like, Grenadin drones. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, those are cards, I guess. Got to give the edge to Kamado. And then here we are.
Yeah,
Kamado is at 12 life. I mean, I think this Throne Warden comes down and the Grenadin drones just basically. But, I mean, they tried their darndest.
They did. Kamado's sitting at 7. Manu definitely brought in those obliterates and torches from the board.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Gonna cast both
if
of
he
those.
left in all 4 torches and just top deck torches him, I will just, my brain will explode.
I would be pleased. I would.
Oh my god. That's not what happened.
Manu, why don't you have a torch? Why don't you have a torch?
See his hand.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Why don't you have a torch, Manu? I'm very upset.
Right,
I guess like, maybe I'm asking Direwolf.
Clean up all these silly little Grenadins. I guess it'll clean up this throne.
Yeah, and Manu is so far away from casting that Ikaria in hand.
But to be fair, he has the Ikaria, whereas Kamado doesn't.
That is very true. That is a wanted poster. We're going to see that left on top. This Vanquish can take out the Mocto, and that's exactly what we're going to see, allowing a little bit more damage to come through for Manu here if Manu decides to attack. That is what we see. One of these drones is going to be eaten, and we're going to see attacking for 3. Also, I really appreciate Kamado, just pointing this out really quick, blocking correctly here in this situation where...
I mean, it just doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, but it's just, again, tight play, right? Leaving the Grenadin drones alive and blocking the Grenadins. Just in case there was a way for the Grenadin drones to come back into play. Obviously, both players have access to lists. Kamado knows that there's no way that these Grenadin drones are going to come back. But I just appreciate the tighter. Well, okay, that's a little... I give all these compliments and then immediately
oh my god, what is happening?
Yeah, this is a comeback. Oh, that's a slay.
Can you call it a comeback? He started with 6 Grenadin drones.
Yeah, no, it's comeback. Comeback from Manu. Yep.
Okay.
That's 2-1. Kamado is still leading. However,
all right,
we're gonna get a game 4.
Removal pile 2. Grenadin drones 1. Sure.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I said 0. I said removal pile was going to be good this game, right?
Yeah, I know.
However,
removal pile really turned it around, but it turns out it was Grenadin pile.
Yeah. I wonder. There's no way that changes any like boarding tactics, right?
What are you gonna do?
Such a small.
What are you gonna bring in against 4
Bring in an extra
drones?
harsh rule? I don't know because like some number of harsh rule had to come down. But that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you? It doesn't change anything.
That was absurd. That game shouldn't have happened.
Don't worry about it. All right. We're gonna see Ikaria Black taking the match down. Just wait.
Okay.
Just wait. I also like that on the screen, on the overlay, Manu is listed as Ikaria Black and Kamado is listed as removal pile.
Oh, yeah. Not confusing at all.
No, it's not. It's good. Well, I was just saying because I keep referring the other way because it's funny because the decks are the same.
Yeah, it also makes sense, though, the way that we have it on the stream. That is what Kamado submitted his deck as. Also a reference to his
extra Vanquish
world championship deck.
Oh, I thought it was because the extra Vanquish. That's what set it apart.
No, they have the same amount of removal. The Vanquish is switched for an Annihilate. It's not like there's one extra removal.
Yeah, but the Vanquish is just a little. It just feels more powerful, right?
Okay.
Right? It's that feeling.
It's got a sword on it in the art.
That
I'll
feeling
give you
inside. That. It's a special feeling.
Do you get a special feeling when you play Vanquish?
We're not talking about me, all right?
Do we need to talk about something?
We're talking about deck choices.
I get a special feeling when I turn my opponent's units into cudgels. I'll tell you that.
Ooh, I actually enjoy turning them into pigs.
Oh wait, Kamado has the one Statuary Maiden in his board. There you go. That's the answer to the Grenadins. No more Grenadins. 2K18. Stature and Maiden buffed.
It makes sense.
Grenadin's deleted.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm with that. So players still sideboarding. Gotta respect the vigor that both players putting in here in the finals.
He's gotta figure out what to bring in for that Maiden now that he knows the.
Yeah, well, because neither one of these players are queued for the invitational just yet, right? Or is Kamado? Did Kamado already get there? I don't think Manu
production.
is.
Yeah, I don't know actually.
We'll get an answer from.
I don't know if like world champion gets an invite to the next championship or something like that, or to invitational.
We'll get an answer to see if either one of these players, or if both of these players, or neither of these players are qualified for the invitational. Maybe looking some stuff. I don't. What, Gabe? While we're waiting, you got any fun plans for tonight?
For tonight, I am going to try some various Stone Scar brews. Maybe craft some Droton Feast Callers because I still don't have all of them. And raiding, trying to play Hunter's Harpoon.
Nice.
Because for those of you who don't know, Hunter's Harpoon, 4 power weapon, 1/1, 1 fire influence, 1 primal influence, gives your unit quick draw, and when the wielder hits the enemy player, draw a card. I don't know what they're doing. But it's not playing a game, so we're just going to wait on that. But let me tell you, Hunter's Harpoon, not a... give me 1 second, everybody.
Hunter's Harpoon is not the card that you think of. However, it lets you draw a lot of cards when you put it on a whole bunch of random units, right? And yeah, so I guess having a little bit of sound issues there, guys. Sorry about that. Still waiting on the players to go live. I'm guessing there might have been a bathroom break or whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. So technical difficulties is what we are hearing. It sounds like there might be some connection issues. We're striving for that. So basically, what I'm hearing, Gabe, is you got a fun evening ahead of you.
Listen. Hunter's Harpoon is a card that lets you draw a card when your unit hits the enemy. Right? That's not super well known. Kind of interesting. Let me tell you some more cards that you maybe haven't thought about. Do you know what Grim Stranger does?
I do know what Grim Stranger does. However,
what happens when you put Hunter's Harpoon on Grim Stranger?
It triggers every time it attacks.
Yeah, and then it also hits the opponent. So you draw 2 cards. You know what happens when you put Hunter's Harpoon on Ardent Instigator? I'll tell you, everybody who's done all the puzzles knows exactly what happens. Every time you kill a unit, Ardent Instigator draws you a card. You know what happens when you put Hunter's Harpoon on Auric Interrogator?
What?
Well, every time you attack with Auric Interrogator, you draw a card, and every time you end your turn, you draw a card.
Wow.
Anyways, I've been doing that. It hasn't been working, but it's pretty fun.
It doesn't sound like it would work, but it does sound a lot of fun. We are underway here. Both players playing a crest. It looks like Manu kept theirs on top. Kamado put theirs on the bottom. And just going to see a couple power and pass. Looks like Manu playing another crest, leaving it on, another power, leaving it on top, and then go ahead and playing the Grenadin drone. And then we see Seek Power come out from Kamado, and
drones are back.
Yeah,
2 of them.
Just only 2 of them this time.
Unbeatable. How do you lose? 2 Grenadins.
You can't. It's a scientific fact.
Clearly, this was the correct sideboard choice, and not a card that would be perhaps useful.
You gotta bend the term useful, my man. You are playing Harpoon. You cannot talk about a card and its usefulness.
I'm not playing Harpoon in the finals of a weekly. I'll tell you that much.
Not this week, and not with that attitude.
Oh man!
So we're gonna see an attack in from the Grenadin and the Grenadin drone. Second time around, Kamado sitting at 21 life now. Manu's still at 25.
So I was gonna say Kamado's looking pretty good with the Starsteel Daisho and the Makto, because those are both very good cards in this situation. But Manu actually having the wanted poster and the Slay for the Makto is gonna make it. Second Makto could game for Kamado though.
It's not that much worse though, right? Because you're trading 2 cards for like 2.5 basically, like because Makto is coming back sometime in the next 9 turns.
Yeah, no. If we get to the point where Makto gets to come back, but I mean, look at all these Grenadin drones poised to strike.
That is true. There are now 4 drones. That is a very solid point.
And as we know, when 6 drones get together, there's no coming back.
Yeah, silly me. I'm sorry. I doubted you, Gabe, and that was wrong of me. Will you forgive
me?
But
now Manu S also has a Makto of his own. You're not forgiven. Makto of his own, and that's gonna really not like Kamado no longer has any advantage here. Playing Daisho just makes you trade Maktos and then not even okay, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Vanquish takes out Makto, Throne Warden comes down, and then next turn we see Daisho clean up some Grenadins, and we're back to top decking.
Yeah, and I think Kamado seems to have the edge here because this is going to be a 4-8 Daisho.
Whoever destinies their Makto first has the edge, if you ask me.
Okay, I can get behind that too. But Kamado has a Makto already in play.
Okay, well, he also destinied the Makto. Yeah, so that settles that debate. Do you kill both Throne Wardens here with the Daisho? Whoa! Okay.
Yes.
I'll leave that one on top. I'll leave that one right there.
With that, actually, do you?
I guess
need to? Yeah, I guess you don't even need to, right?
All right. I'm feeling Karia Black on this one. If you feel.
Yeah. What did I tell you? Karia Black was taking down the match. Yeah. I mean, it was written on the wall for years and years.
All right. He makes you happy. He kills the Grenadins and not the Grenadins.
Thank you. Yes, it does. Oh, it warms my heart.
Daisho can kill the Grenadin drone and the
which is definitely a big. Oh, interesting. All right, so Hammer is going to be able to take out one of those Maktos. Not going to really matter because again.
Oh man! Woo! Woo! Oh boy!
Yeah.
And see, this is why you play decks that you made and not play decks that other people copied. Because clearly you just won't draw as well as the person who made the deck. And Mansu knows when he is beat. His name is stripped. He is now Mansu forever. Kamado has stripped him of that right and takes down Manu S in the finals here in the weekly for C1 of the ETS 2018. Wow, that was exciting.
That actually was a very fun game of that 4-game series. Yeah, congratulations to Kamado for winning. Manu, obviously, congratulations for making it into the top 2. Kamado will definitely be seeing in the Invitational.
Yeah, that was between those last 2 games, the Grenadin onslaught and then the Makto onslaught.
Oh, beautiful.
It was never ending.
Especially the 2 Makto Destiny triggers.
Yeah, that was absurd.
Mwah.
So yeah, I think unless we have anything else to say, we're going to hand it over to our producer, who are going to have a few words for all you beautiful people in the audience. And then maybe we'll say a few words at the end before we sign.
Oh, I'm going to say a few words. Oh, well, we're going to fill time. So let me tell you about a story.
Right? Okay.
This story involves some tangerines. And by tangerines...
What does this have to do with card games?
It's coming full circle.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Let me... I'm just trying to kill time for Rekenner to get in the booth. All right? I don't know what I'm doing.
Well...
That was to the booth, Gabe. That was to the booth. Nobody else heard that. Yeah. That's what I tell myself in life. The tangerines.
Yes.
So... They were rolling down the street one day and they passed a jackalope and they were like, "What are you doing, jackalope? I didn't think you were a real thing." All right. And then that jackalope's like, "You're a flipping tangerine. How are you talking to me?" And then the tangerine goes, "How about you?" And then they became best friends. They eventually got married.
I didn't like this joke. I didn't like this joke at all.
It's not a joke. This happened yesterday.
Anyways, there's a bunch of cool decks. There have been a bunch of cool decks here today in the ETS. We saw 2 FJS decks, 2 JPS deck, 2 Rakano decks and a Skycrag deck, which I think is a pretty good spread. And there's also a lot of cool decks that I think were underrepresented. I think there still Grenadin still to be explored. I think some of the Jotun Feast Caller, Champion of Cunning versions of Feln have still need to be explored now that the changes to weapon. So
yeah, and I will say we definitely did see the downfall of the Moo God this week. Well, I mean, Tavrod really did not show up, or well, at least in the top 8, right? In the top 8, we saw
had one.
There was only one deck with Tavrod in there, but again, we did see a lot of Argenport based decks, or what I would argue to be Argenport based decks.
I want to say one last thing because we have Reckoner here, I believe, and so we're going to hand it off to him in a second. So obviously, I am aware that Argenport is still very any deck that warps the meta to the degree that Argenport has, because obviously Argenport didn't show up well today because people were prepared for it, and any deck that people have to be that prepared for is obviously still good. So if the metagame shifts, Argenport will find its way back in. But for now, I think the meta is in a pretty good place.
Yeah, I think that's very reasonable. And with that, Gabe and I are going to say goodbye temporarily, and then we'll say some fun things towards the end. But this is going to be it for our casting tonight. We're going to kick it off for Rekenner. Rekenner's going to take us home. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Rekenner, do that thing.
Hello, everyone. This is Rekenner, your tournament organizer here. Yeah, sorry, there was a little bit of a technical delay at the end getting me into the booth. Apologies for that. So, I would like to congratulate both Kamato and Manu S for making it to the finals, and a special congratulations to Kamato for guaranteeing his place in the Season 1 Invitational. It's very exciting to see our former world champion getting to get back to another invitational. And remember, our invitationals this year, only the finalists, or only the winner of the weekly manages to make it into the invitational. Although winning your way into second place gets you a lot of invitational points to get an invite anyway. Next, I would like to thank all the players and all of the viewers. If it wasn't for all of you, we couldn't be doing this. Putting this tournament and stream on every week is amazing. We've been consistently hitting 7-round tournaments. This is the first event we had that was under 100 for this season. A little bit to be expected. Sometimes people are a little bit gun shy immediately after a patch. And hey, we're up against the modern PT for the first time in a few years, I believe it is. So lots of things to do this weekend. I would also like to thank Miller Tool and Teehee, our producers. Without them, we could not be putting on this broadcast. And a special thanks to our graphics and co-contributors who make our jobs much easier, specifically Mengar for his deck image creation tool and X Kirby for his weekly highlights. And a thanks to aReNGee himself. He's the founder of the site, the original tournament organizer, and the person responsible for a lot of administrative work behind the scenes that really allows us to do a lot of this stuff as easily as we do. And another shout out to Zenarath, who is our new TO, who's been helping me out all day. He's been here since the Eye of Winter Classic 2, and he's really made things a whole lot smoother on the back end. He's been doing a great job. And a huge thank you to our Twitch subs and Patreon backers. They make it possible for us to have the prize pools at the events. None of this would be possible without you all. And our $20 Patreon backers are Chuck Hurst, Andre Pakai, Seek Power Gaming, Frosty HS, Carell, Team Rankstar, David Anderson, and an honorary shout out to you and me and your best friend, or as he's known in-game, Why Not? And you can find our Patreon at www.patreon.com/RNGEternal. And another special shout out to Counterbob. He has been making deck techs for us. We've been showing them in between the rounds. If you want to give feedback to us about those, you can either contact him directly or contact any of the aReNGee Eternal staff on Discord. And speaking of Counterbob, we will be doing an ETS recap show on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. It'll be Counterbob hosting with me and aReNGee joining as co-hosts. This will be our first time running it this Tuesday, So we will be looking for a lot of feedback on that. And finally, thank you to our casters, Mark and Gabe. Gabe, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for coming out. It's been a lot of fun. Every time I come out, I cast. Every time I cast with Mark, it's a lot of fun as well. I love casting with Mark and everyone at the aReNGee. Quit laughing back there. I really like Mark. Everybody, he's a fun guy. Okay, I'm allowed to like everybody.
You sound like you're having to convince yourself.
I have a Twitter now that I'm starting to use at Calimdir, where I post, just that I'm streaming and other things that I'm doing, or that we're streaming ETS, and hopefully eventually I will be streaming Eternal games, and everyone will be around for that as well. So hope to see everybody on Reddit, on Discord, and in Twitch. And thanks for coming out.
Thank you, Gabe. Mark, is there anything you would like to say?
There's a lot of things that I'd like to say, but I'll keep it brief for today. Actually, so I was streaming for a while. I took a little bit of a break, as I know some people noted. I'm going to be coming back with the stream in a pretty big way, more than likely starting Monday night. I'm revamping a bunch of stuff, so it looks a little bit more professional. So definitely, if you have time Monday, probably around 7 p.m. Central Time, I should be going live, so it should be a lot of fun and be streaming quite a bit more. I also should be active, a little bit more active on the Discord as well as other social properties. So if you enjoy my unique personality, then definitely consider tuning in. I would greatly appreciate it. And you might get to see Gabe and I play some PUBG. That'd be fun. Yeah. All right, back to you, Kenner.
I can confirm I've watched Mark stream a handful of times. If you think he's a lovable goofball when he's commentating, it's even better when he's streaming himself. All right. So remember out there, everyone, if you want to play in the ETS, it's free and open registration. Full details can be found at arengeeeternal.com/ETS and in the Eternal Discord server in the tournament info room. It usually takes me around about a day to get the new registration up. So if you want to check Sunday night or by latest Monday morning, the details will be up. So coming up tomorrow, we have the ETS Team League Season 2, Week 5. Remember, this is 2 8-team round robin pods. So we're at 7 weeks total. So this is we're starting to get into the stretch. The teams are starting to stratify themselves in the standings, and we're starting to see a little bit more who's likely to make it into the top 8 single elimination finals. There'll be 4 teams from each pod facing off against each other in the finals. So many teams are streaming their point of view, and we try to put links to those streams in the tournament channels in Discord. So keep an eye out on those tomorrow. And we will also be streaming on this very channel the Magical Christmas Band point of view of the tournament, which includes Bradykin, X Kirby, Loco Pojo, Lights Out Ace and I. And that'll be on this channel at 2 p.m. tomorrow. So, and that's it for this week's show. Whew! We stream the ETS every Saturday, the Magical Christmas Band point of view of Team League on Sunday, our all-new ETS recap show on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and Lights Out Ace streams on Wednesday and Thursday nights. So once again, thanks everyone to all our viewers and all of our players and everyone behind the scenes. Have a good night, everyone.